So how old is the house?
I believe the house was built in the early 1730s.
And do you know the story behind what supposedly happened here?
From what I've read and been told, the house was built on a Indian site burial ground, and there's a bundle, I guess it's a bundle of bones in the cellar that we were digging to put the air conditioning unit in the house. And we came within inches of coming to it when Mr. Graham happened to see the difference in the color of the dirt one day, and he took a shovel and dug into it, and that's when he found the bones. And he had them analyzed, and they were Indian bones.
Oh, wow. So,
And I believe the name of the farm, Cellar House Farm, came from the fact that there was a cellar and there were
They smuggled goods from the house to the river.
Yeah, they used to smuggle goods to the river, and and of course I guess because it was constructed on an Indian burial ground, that's probably why they have the remains of the bones, in the cellar.
You guys said something about a furnace. Is it
The iron
That's
furnace.
the iron furnace.
What was that?
That's it on Route 12 after you leave Snow Hill going towards Salisbury.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they used to, I guess they used it to melt metal. I'm not exactly sure what they did there.
Okay.
Yeah,
But Mr. Graham is affiliated with that place also. He does a lot of work over there other than owning this too.
Okay.
What about the story about the girl that died here?
I think Sharon's got a better take
Well,
on that.
yeah, she, like I said, the captain that built this house, he, had his new bride, but he was away a lot, I guess, away on the boat, on the ship, or whatever he went on, and when he came back, he found his wife had become pregnant with a man here located in Pocomoke City, and he became very angry, and so he made her leave the house, and she did. But several months later, after the baby was born, she came back on a raft down the river, and evidently the raft capsized and the baby ended up drowning, and but anyhow, she came back and she wanted to just beg for his forgiveness. And he drug her back up here to what was considered, I guess, the master bedroom at the time. And he ended up stabbing her to death. So they didn't find her for several months, and her decomposed body put a pretty bad stain on the floor. So the floor had to be replaced, and but anyhow, the bad stain was something, I guess, that was here for quite some time until all that was taken care of. I don't know whatever happened to the captain. If he died, we're not sure. We really don't know. We know there was 2 ladies that lived here in this house in the 60s.
Early 60s.
In the early 60s. It was Miss Matledge and Miss Howerton. And they were the ladies that Don's father worked for. There also used to be like a chicken house over here to the left where they raised turkeys. But when Miss Howard and Miss Howerton and Miss Matledge was thinking about selling the farm,
I think they both died and they sold the farm.
that chicken house was given to his father, and that chicken house was moved out towards Dividing Creek Road where his father lived, and along with the house that they lived in until he was like 9 years old. And so his father had a lot of time in caretaking this property, and it's just kind of funny because over the years our 3 sons have also been caretakers of the property, and actually the Grahams have called us down here and asked us if we would continue to just look out for the property, watch over it, and especially while they're out of town and, you know, away. So we always keep our eyes open because it seems like there's certain times of the year when, especially young kids that hear about the Cellar house and hear that it's haunted and everything, they want to come down here and, you know, check it out. And sometimes when they come down here, it's like they're up to no good, and, you know, it's fine if they don't, you know, destroy the property, but sometimes they just get the wrong ideas in their head and start doing things they shouldn't be doing, and it causes a problem. And that's when Don has to play Trooper Don.
A lot more than I want to.
Yeah.
And all the times you lived here, like you said about that tree, did anything else like happen? That was a little weird.
I'm like you all. When I was growing up, I was just, you know, you hear stories. I mean, years ago at Milburn Landing, which is right next door, there was a story about a bloody hand. People used to go parking in the forest, and they would go home, and the next day they would wake up and be a bloody handprint on the trunk. That was a myth when I was a kid. And now it's all shifted like more here, and there's another haunted place up in the forest that every Halloween they're either here or they're there. So it's just little myths that you hear. Like I was telling Carly a while ago, there was a tree over here that every time I was out here working in the fields late at night, and if the moon was just right, you could look over there and it just looked like somebody was standing up there like this. And it's just those kinds of things that works on your head.
I don't know.